Aging is inevitable. How we age is not. Strength, mobility, energy, and independence don't disappear simply because time passes. They fade when the systems that support them stop being challenged. That's why strength training matters more with age, not less. Despite common misconceptions, lifting weights isn't about aesthetics or youth culture. It's one of the most effective tools we have for preserving function, resilience, and independence well into later decades of life. Strength training doesn't stop aging. It changes how aging shows up in the body. And once you understand what it actually protects, its role becomes hard to ignore. Muscle mass naturally declines with age, a process known as sarcopenia. It begins quietly and accelerates after 40. By the time many people reach their 50s or 60s, a significant portion of lean muscle has already been lost. That loss affects far more than appearance. Muscle supports metabolism, joint stability, balance, posture, and energy. When it disappears, everyday tasks feel harder, recovery slows, and confidence quietly erodes. Strength training directly interrupts this process by sending a clear signal: muscle is still needed. Without that signal, the body continues shedding tissue it no longer perceives as essential. One of the most persistent myths about aging is that muscle can't be rebuilt later in life. Research shows the opposite. Older adults can gain strength and muscle at rates comparable to younger individuals when training is progressive and consistent. The body does not lose its ability to adapt. It loses the stimulus to do so. As strength returns, daily activities become easier. Balance improves. The risk of falls declines. Independence becomes more stable. This isn't about becoming exceptional. It's about restoring capacity that was never meant to disappear so early. Strength training also protects the skeletal system. Bone density naturally declines with age, increasing fracture risk and long-term disability. Resistance and weight-bearing exercise apply mechanical stress that stimulates bone remodeling, helping maintain structural integrity. Joints benefit as well. Stronger muscles stabilize movement, reduce stress on cartilage, and often decrease chronic pain associated with stiffness or mild arthritis. When joints feel supported, movement becomes easier, and people stay active longer. That combination is foundational to aging well. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. As muscle declines, resting energy expenditure drops. Many people experience weight gain despite unchanged eating habits, leading them to blame a slowed metabolism. Strength training reverses much of this by preserving lean mass, improving insulin sensitivity, and stabilizing energy use. Doctors often emphasize this connection, but it only works when strength training is applied consistently, not occasionally. This isn't about burning calories in the moment. It's about restoring metabolic resilience. Aging affects more than muscles and bones. It also affects communication between the brain and the body. Strength training reinforces this connection. Exercises that involve controlled movement, unilateral loading, and coordination improve balance and body awareness. These adaptations reduce fall risk and increase confidence in everyday movement. The benefit isn't dramatic, it's quiet and cumulative, and it directly influences long-term independence. Hormonal changes accompany aging, but they're not passive. Strength training supports anabolic hormones involved in muscle maintenance and energy regulation, while helping control stress hormones that accelerate breakdown. Recovery becomes more important with age, not because the body is fragile, but because adaptation takes longer. Adequate rest, sleep, and mobility allow strength gains without overuse or injury. Smart strength training balances challenge with recovery, and that balance keeps progress possible. Strength training also reshapes mindset. People who lift regularly begin to see themselves as capable and resilient. That identity influences daily choices: movement, nutrition, sleep, and consistency. Instead of training defensively, they train with intention. This psychological shift reinforces physical gains and makes healthy behaviors easier to maintain over time. Strength training isn't a temporary fix. It's a long-term investment in capability. By preserving muscle, protecting bones and joints, stabilizing metabolism, supporting recovery, and reinforcing confidence, it addresses the core drivers of age-related decline. It doesn't make anyone invincible, but it significantly shifts the trajectory of aging. Each session reinforces independence. Each adaptation builds resilience. Each year of consistency protects freedom. For anyone who wants to age well, stay active, and remain confident in their body, strength training isn't optional. It's the most effective, science-backed strategy available. Not to fight aging, but to age with strength.